All right, here we are for the Q&A for November.
November.
Our favorite card?
That's right.
Yeah, here we
We're
are.
back to answer some more questions about Crowfall.
And first question.
Will Crowfall implement something that gives formation? For example, a grid system, and when your party forms a certain pattern on it, you get a bonus or a defense bonus.
All right, formations.
Formations.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about formations.
Yep.
I guess the first caveat is not at launch.
We talk about a lot of things.
Yeah, we talk about a lot of things.
Right.
Our plate is pretty full right now, so right out the gate, we won't have formations. But it is something that, given we have a physics-based environment where you can have actual blocking of characters,
Yep.
it would be pretty damn cool.
Yeah,
So we talk about some of the ways we've thought about doing it.
Yeah, I mean, we've always, in the combat area, we've always talked about how cool it would be if a bunch of knights were able to link up together in a formation and move as a group.
Yeah, I like the idea of wrapping it inside a discipline. So it's a discipline that you have to,
Yep.
to get in order to be able to call out the formations. I also like the idea of potentially making it interactive. Like, it tells the individual people in your group, you need to stand here, you need to stand here, and then they have to do it. And once they do it, then they get a bigger collider.
They link into Voltron or whatever.
So I think that would actually be very cool.
Yeah.
It's certainly something that we'd like to consider later. Not right now.
Yeah, that's a really big feature.
How do you perceive the Ganeshas' borough ability will work?
First of all, I don't think we've ever actually said, yes, the Ganeshas will definitely have a burrow ability.
I think I may have let it slip out that burrowing was a Ganesha.
Okay, so there's two different things at play here. One is digging, right, which is more of a general question about how voxels work.
Right.
And we're still experimenting with that, is the easy answer. In terms of using the voxel engine, our first priority is destruction of buildings, right? That's the most important thing we have to get. Priority one is I need to be able to rip down castle walls and burn buildings to the ground.
Yep.
Number two then is the procedural terrain piece, which we need in order to make the worlds work, because the campaign worlds are all supposed to be unique. So really, when we get to digging underground, and then kind of the sibling to that, which is caverns and caves,
Right.
We haven't experimented with it enough yet to know exactly how it's going to work. We want to do it, but it's a big fat question mark at this point. We're still way back at the beginning dealing with destruction and procedural generation.
Everybody seems to want digging under the ground.
Yeah,
or
I know.
burrowing.
It's cool, but we'll get there. Then the other question then is Ganeshans, will they use the digging mechanic
Right.
as their burrowing mechanic, or will it be something else, like maybe the Confessor, what's the Confessor power?
Immolation. We essentially throw her under the ground and you can't see her. It's very easy if we wanted to put like a little dust particle like Bugs Bunny.
Right, yeah. That
Going
would
to
be
Albuquerque.
Totally easy. You could just go in and do the same kind of thing and use it primarily as either a quick travel dash mechanic or as like a hide mechanic or something like that.
Right.
So,
We have
Totally
ways to
work.
do it.
yeah. What else you got, John?
How will a specialist like the ranger differ from an archetype like the stalker who uses a bow?
Oh, good question. Why don't you take that one?
I mean, they're both bow users, but that doesn't mean they're the same archetype.
Right. Well, every archetype has a unique set of
Right.
powers, and they also have unique roles.
Right, but these guys, one is the stealth guy, one is the anti-stealth guy.
Right.
They both use bows, but that doesn't make them the same. Right? One guy's hiding around and doing his hidey things, and the other guy's trying to pop him out of stealth.
So there's also then there'll be disciplines that other people can get that also allow them a smaller degree
Yep.
of both stealth and anti-stealth.
That's the goal.
So those are the core roles, but then beyond that, there's going to be adaptability and customization. For the
And of course, even though they both use bows, one may shoot further, one may shoot closer. One
Right.
is more about traps and physics explodey things.
Right.
Right. I mean, they are very different.
There you go.
Will it be possible to travel between eternal kingdoms without exiting to the menu?
Ooh, that is a good question.
Well, obviously, people just want to get there quick, and I mean, that is a very reasonable request. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's a pretty cool one too. You'd have to have some mechanism of dropping something in a parcel or dropping.
you're essentially creating a
particular-
shortcut.
Yeah, you're creating a Stargate.
Yes.
Right, and you need to be able to dial that and say, I want to go to this particular world. So I like the idea. It's not in the plan right now,
Right.
but it certainly doesn't seem like it'd be one that'd be super hard to do. So I would expect that's something that we'd probably look at pretty shortly after launch.
Seems reasonable.
All right, next question.
Will there be bodies of water, some that can be easily crossed and some that can't?
Oh, water.
Yeah, okay, so it's well known that I basically hate underwater combat.
I think every designer does.
In general, water's not worth the amount of pain that it takes in terms of tech and graphics and filters to make it watery looking filters on your screen and all the animations. It's just not worth the payoff of being able to fight fish underwater. I just think
and I've never found a game that anyone has been happy fighting underwater.
Right.
So you do all this work, you spend all this time, and nobody likes it anyway.
Right. So, so the quick answer is, yeah, we do need to have oceans because we need to have an edge or some kind of border
Right.
that's impassable. And yes, we do need to have rivers that are crossable. But I would like to go. I mean, we're going to try and go as far as we can, avoiding swimming if at all possible,
Yeah.
and then give on that if we don't have a chance. We just can't make the game fun and work otherwise.
Yeah. But I imagine we could probably do it.
All right. What do we got?
Will campaign worlds have modes of fast travel such as mounts, portals, and teleporters?
Yes, the difference between portals and teleporters, I'm not sure what they mean by
Yeah.
that, but yeah, definitely mounts, and we will have some kind of teleport mechanism that will likely be a POI that means it can be captured. We haven't worked out all the specific details of it yet. We certainly
Right.
haven't released even the things that we have designed out. So the short answer is yes.
I mean, mountains and caravans was a stretch
Mounts
goal.
and caravans was a stretch goal, though.
So
that's
yes,
kind of an obvious
we
one.
definitely want to use them everywhere we can.
Yeah.
What will be the next focus after combat?
More combat.
More combat.
Again, always.
Always combat always continues. That train doesn't stop.
Yeah, and we'll continue as we do these tests. You'll see us continuing to add new archetypes over time. Just one and then another and then
And each one needs a new special thing, so it will always feel.
So combat will never end. We haven't talked about this next test. Starts then in a couple weeks here. Actually, it starts in November, and that'll have the champion, and that's more combat. Then we've got 2.0, which is the next one after that. We haven't announced a date on that yet, but that'll be coming soon. And then while we're not ready to talk about exactly what the next major modules or components will be, I can tell you what the big high-risk items are, right? The things that we need to get to first. Which are things like persistence, character advancement, destruction, procedural world generation, world building, campaign rule sets. It'll be some combination of those. The exact order will be announced later.
Yep.
But those are the big ones. And then we launch. Hooray!
Yay!
In the monster video, what is on Billy's screen
Batman.
when Todd says looks like Batman?
Right, so we've mentioned a couple times that while the main focus of a bunch of people, the majority of the people on the team are focused on the next milestone, not everybody is.
No, we have people working way further
in advance. So the quick and short answer, which is a non-answer, but I'm going to give it anyway, is they're working on one of those things that's coming further down the pipe. So I'm not going to tell you right now, but you will find out soon enough.
And it may involve Batman.
Might or might not look like Batman.
All right, let's do our thanks.
I think my hair's on wrong. Okay, yes. Sorry, I'm ready to thank the people.
Yes, let's thank everyone. So thank EDM for your questions, Taru,
Nakawe
Xander.
again.
Yep, Nakawe is the final
Nakawe
one on there.
And Xander. So thank you very much. And I just want to put also, I'll take this stupid thing off. So I want to just put a general thank you out. We just crossed last night 23,000 backers, which is awesome and a huge vote of confidence. And you guys continue to impress and amaze us with how supportive you've been in us trying to build this vision. So from the bottom of our heart, we very literally couldn't do this without you. So thank you so much. And we'll go get the game made for you now.
Yeah, and we'll see you in December. See you then.
Bye.